Oof. I mean, I started in, again, 2019, which was, we had a whole 4 or 5 months of like pre-pandemic, which was, yeah, I mean, it was kind of the golden days. And then the pandemic started, it was already kind of the end of term two. So it didn't impact our studies too heavily. And then second year was like entirely online for me, although I lived 5 minutes away from campus. And then it was my year abroad. And then coming back for my fourth year felt a lot like first year in a sense of everything being open up again, just kind of seeing a lot of people that you hadn't seen in like 2 or 3 years, kind of being back in the common room being different. um, so it's just, I think it's been a very, this year for me, because I've been student rep as well, and I've been, part of the reason I wanted to be student rep was to kind of integrate myself back in the community. I feel like that's really been very important for me. And it's kind of had me appreciate just like all the different sorts of people we have here, where they come from, and just really connect with everyone. So for me, it's been a very, very positive experience, and I'm really, really glad that I ended up here.
Yeah, I mean, I started uni right in the middle of the pandemic. So I did basically online for most of first and second year too. And I didn't really have the chance to like socialize with any baskers like in the BASc setting. I'd say honestly, like BASc could be compared to most degrees, you're not gonna see the same people over and over again unless it's for like your core modules, which you only do in year one. Those are basically the only times you get to sit in a room full of baskers. But you will find that, you know, in most of the modules you're taking, you'll find at least a couple baskers there. There always seem to be in every single course module that you take. And often you might see the same faces over and over again because there's always a few people who kind of like have their interests aligned with you. And I find that comforting, like, you know, in the most like BASc way possible. But I would also say, you know, it is what you make of it in terms of the whole like BASc atmosphere. You could come to the common room anytime, you know, like you could like be a bit more proactive in your course or like in the course group chats. It's not just being limited by what BASc provides us, it's also like the opportunities you create for yourself along the way while doing BASc.
Yeah, and I'd say that like baskers tend to be, I mean, we are kind of a culture of like being active everywhere.
Yeah.
It's like you see people around, like Sheryl and I didn't meet for a course. Sheryl and I met because we both have been working with the Arts and Humanities faculty. We were together on the open day, and now we're also Arts and Humanities faculty ambassadors. So you tend to like see and know people around you. You can bond very easily because nobody else knows what BASc is. I always say that it's the DIY degree.
I go, it's basically liberal arts, like the American degree of liberal arts, but it's in a UK setting and we do arts and sciences.